So I wanted to move on because I am wearing my Michigan State Sparty hat. And look, MSU football ended the season with a win in Ford Field. Yay! But better news, Jonathan Smith's got fired. Yay! We're very happy. I was very happy, actually. I was like, yes, they actually did it. They fired the coach after 2 years. That's crazy. Who are they going to hire? What? What did you just say? They're hiring Pat Fitzgerald. Oh, no. Oh, no. Where's the monkey? Hold on.
Oh no!
Oh no. Now, okay. Here's what I'll say, because I know there's gonna be some people who say, actually, Pat Fitzgerald really did well in Northwestern. Okay, forget about that for a second. Let's first talk about Jonathan Smith. It was a complete failure on every level. Okay, there was no redeeming factor. So anybody who is on the let Smith cook train, which I think is basically nobody at this point, it was a complete and abject failure in every way. Couldn't recruit. Players did not get better under him. There was nothing about this team that showed any sign of life or strength. There was nothing. It was bad. Whether it was just that he was a bad fit or that he's just really not that good of a coach, I don't really know. He had some success at Oregon State, so I suspect that maybe it just wasn't a good fit. It is what it is. He's gone. Pat Fitzgerald, on the other hand, I will just say this. I'm going to put myself on the spot. I think this is a stupid hire that's probably going to blow up in MSU's face. And I understand, because I'm going to let me pull up Pat Fitzgerald. Oh, okay, I wasn't even typing. Pat Fitzgerald coaching record. I'm going to pull it up because I don't want people to accuse me of not knowing ball or whatever. He was the head coach of Northwestern for a very long time, from 2006 to 2022. And that includes, in 2020, a Citrus Bowl win, 2018, a Holiday Bowl win, 2017, a Music City Bowl win, a Pinstripe Bowl win in 2016. Then he lost in the Outback Bowl in 2015, won in the Gator Bowl in 2012. I know I'm listing bowl games, but this is, pre-college football playoff at this point, so that's pretty much the only marker of success. Lost in the Meineke Car Care Bowl of Texas, 2011. Lost in the Ticket City Bowl, Outback Bowl, Alamo Bowl in 2008 to 2009 to 2010. And overall had a coaching record of 110 and 101 with Northwestern over a decade and a half as their coach. I will just point out that his most successful seasons were his 10-win seasons. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that winning 10 games with Northwestern is somehow easy. It's not. And it's actually fairly impressive that he got 3 10-win seasons with Northwestern. One problem, though, he got those 3 10-win seasons in 2012, 2015, and 2017. So multiple years apart. And in betwixt those seasons, he had some stinkers of 5-7, 5-7, 7-6. And then after his big 10-win season in 2017, he went on and had a 9-win season in 2018, a 3-win season in 2019, then a 7-win season in 2020, but it was 2020. They only played 9 games. Then he went 3-9 in 21 and famously went 1-11 and then was fired in part due to his, let's just say, lack of organizational awareness, namely the millions of dollars in settlement or the settlements that he had. I don't know if it was millions of dollars, but the unfortunate, hazing that was going on basically under his watch. I know I've pointed out that Michigan State football hit rock bottom with Jonathan Smith, but I think that with this hire, if this does not work, Michigan State will have developed new rules of physics to where they're able to go beyond rock bottom, like beyond Super Saiyan, like Goku going Super Saiyan 3, basically, like beyond rock bottom to some sort of alternative dimension where you can just continually go bottomer, like they're in a black hole, like it's the point of no return. in the black hole that is Michigan State football. And furthermore, anybody pointing out the fact that he was winning at Northwestern should also point out the fact that his winning subsequently stopped right as college football has entered its modern era with transfer portal and NIL and all of that. Now, granted, Northwestern does not have the kinds of resources that Michigan State presumably could, in theory, develop. But still, it's just, when I heard this hire, I thought, that was it was an exasperated sigh. It was okay, great. The only nice thing I can really say is that he's familiar with the Big Ten. And he's familiar with Michigan State. Because obviously he had to play Michigan State on a multitude of occasions. But this is just the exact kind of hire that I think a team that is so desperate for some sort of identity, even to just be a bowl team, to be a team that consistently will get you 6+ wins. Maybe you'll swing through and get a 10-win season every now and again, but you're never really going to be threatening for the real goal, which is, of course, a national championship. And I don't want to hear that Michigan State is somehow, I don't know, what's the word, that we should just forget about national championships. I'm not in the business of forgetting about the only thing that matters right now in college football, which is those national championships. I understand that Michigan State has not won a national championship in a very long time. I understand that Michigan State largely has not been good at football for a very long time. But that does not mean that I have to lower my standard because my school decided they want to lower it. I don't care what they want to do. If they choose to go with Pat Fitzgerald as they have chosen to do, okay, fine. I will not really enjoy going 7-5 every year. I will not really enjoy the occasional 9-3 season. Okay, I just won't. I won't have fun with it. It'll get old very quickly. It might be fun if he does it in his first year, because I just haven't seen any success with Michigan State football since 2021. But I want a national championship. I want a playoff run. I want Big Ten championships. I don't want this, mealy-mouthed, average, just go along to get along football team that is totally bland. The funny thing about this is, there could not be any more of a difference in the quality that the college basketball team is willing to put up with versus the quality that the college football team is willing to put up with. Right now, I'm watching Michigan State blow the doors off of Iowa. And I hope this comment doesn't age poorly, because I think they're going to win this game. They're currently up by 12 late in the first quarter, or the first half. Okay? The basketball team, for a brief stint from about 2020 to about last year, was mediocre. But they were making the tournament. They even made the Elite Eight. And I was pissed. I said, this is unacceptable. Michigan State needs to be better than that. They need to be winning Big Ten titles. They need to be a top 5 team consistently. And what do you know? Tom Izzo starts recruiting as he does. He starts developing players as he does. He even grabs some guys out of the transfer portal, as much as he does not like that situation. And the standard for Michigan State basketball is Big Ten titles and national championships. The standard for Michigan State football is, can we win 6 games? I don't understand why we choose to operate in this way. But there's a couple of comments I want to point out just before we end the segment, because you pointed them out here, Mr. X. Is the hire as stupid if the rumors are true that one of our boosters pledged $400 million if we hired him? It won't necessarily be as stupid, but it will probably still be stupid. Because ultimately, you can pay a lot of money, but money doesn't fix stupid. I guess that's my point. Now, if it is true, it could be a part of the massive $1 billion. Now, yeah, I've heard about this. The Spartan or Save Sparta, something like that, where they're going to invest in fixing the football stadium and various athletic facilities. All well and good. All perfectly fine with. They should invest in their athletic department, and especially in their football program if they want to be good, because that's just what you have to do. But once again, the standard for Michigan State basketball is Big Ten titles and national championships. Those two things. If you're not winning the Big Ten, and if you're not competing for a national championship, nobody cares. And people are pissed. It doesn't matter if you're an Elite Eight team. It doesn't matter if you're in second place in the Big Ten. It doesn't matter if you have guys going to the NBA. It doesn't matter. I want to see championship. I want to see something in the rafters. For Michigan State football, I don't know what the standard is. And I hope that Pat Fitzgerald comes in and he's, the next coming of D'Antonio, and he just fits the culture of Michigan State. He gets it. He was underutilized in Northwestern. He's obviously got a lot of experience coaching, but I just don't buy it. In my mind, this feels like a young man's game at this point. I mean, I think of Indiana, even Ryan Day. Those are the guys currently running the Big Ten, right? It's Cignetti and it's everybody else. It's the guys who know how to utilize the transfer portal. It's the guys who've got big NIL packages. Those are the guys running the college football world. Pat Fitzgerald, he hadn't coached in 3 years, and his last year was terrible. So this just feels like it will blow up in our face. I really hope it doesn't. I really, really hope it doesn't. But I've grown quite cynical to Michigan State football, if you can't already tell. So, fun stuff. Hey, YouTube, if you like clips like that, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. We've got live shows every Tuesday night. Hope to see you there.